This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Good evening, I'm Holly Buchanan. The fire service received many calls this morning regarding smoke coming from the top of the Greggs coffee factory. Fire crews encountered heavy smoke in top stories of the building, which was due to problems with the roasting equipment. Multiple hotspots were detected within the pipework, and the fire service was working with the engineers to isolate the problem. All persons were accounted for and workers all followed emergency procedures. Queenstown Police are at a residential address on Ashenhurst Way near Queenstown. It's understood there were reports of a person being accidentally injured with a firearm. Initial inquiries indicate the incident is accidental, and police are speaking with those involved to determine what happened. The victim is being transferred from Queenstown Hospital to Dunedin Hospital in a moderate condition. The 2017 New Zealand Certified Builders Apprentice Challenge was held on Saturday. Hopefuls entered the ring to battle it out at the regional final. Roselle LeBone joined the spectators in Dunedin.
Donald Trump didn't turn up to fire anyone, but there was still plenty of action at this weekend's Apprentice Challenge at Otago Polytechnic's School of Architecture, Building and Civil Engineering.
Yeah, no, it's taken a bit longer than I expected, but it's been a fun day.
There was hammering and nailing, and the sawdust flew as 5 competitors set out to create the ultimate picnic table and chairs. The apprentice builders, chosen from around Otago, have either studied or are currently studying at the Polytechnic. Each had just one business day to complete the project with the timber supplied. Judged on their plan reading, health and safety and their attention to detail, every millimetre they missed was a point off their overall score.
Length, spacing, everything cut the right size, and just general standard apprentice really, yeah.
At the end of the 8 hours, the overall winner was Chris McLean, who did the Otago Polytechnic Carpentry program 2.5 years ago and is working for builder Sasha Gray.
We're racing the pencil lines. So,
Okay,
yeah.
And what does that do for the table?
Flipper makes it look awesome. So if you were going to sell this in a shop, you can't have pencil lines. So,
wow, so you're actually at the end game stage and you've got heaps of time and now you just make it look pretty.
Yeah, basically I got a lot of racing to do though. So.
The event was one of 14 held around the country. The winners will all attend the national final in Auckland at the end of next month. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
A woman died and 3 other people were injured, one a 3-year-old girl, in a crash south of Waihola yesterday. The crash between a small rental truck and a car happened on State Highway 1 between Milton and Waihola, south of Dunedin, about 3:20 p.m. The highway was closed for almost 6 hours after the crash. Otago Regional Rescue Helicopter Chief Pilot Graham Gale says he flew the 3-year-old girl to Dunedin Hospital. A St John's spokesman says she had sustained moderate injuries. The 2 other people sustained minor to moderate injuries and were taken by ambulance to Dunedin Hospital. And a fundraising event for Western Play Centre took place at Oamaru Racecourse over the weekend. The fundraiser let people take sneak peeks into many different types of vehicles and even for some children the chance to operate a digger.
Police, ambulance, fire trucks and army vehicles were all part of the Big Wheels Day fundraiser held by Western Play Centre. Families were invited to look inside all these vehicles and some rides were also available on miniature and working trucks. One organiser says the day is really important for the funding of the Play Centre's teachers and equipment.
We need to run our centre, so it's a great way to make some money and at the same time get out there with the family. Yeah.
She says the community has been really supportive of the event, including the volunteers driving the vehicles.
Yeah, it's incredible. We've got like the police and the fire and the ambulance all coming on board as well. And yeah, just it's amazing the people that come out of the woodwork and help you on these sort of events. So it's been fantastic.
Organisers didn't have final results but were pleased with how it went. This was the third year the Play Centre had held the fundraiser, and organisers say it proved popular with rural families. Siobhan Watson, The South Today.
And still to come on The South Today, the Drive South Rally of Otago wrapped up on the weekend, and a friendly four-legged tour guide makes a name for herself in Naseby.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product, and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
They say the grass is always greener, but not if you have Ready Lawn. Call Ready Lawn today and make them green with envy.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikorai Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Here is this week's Mole Map UV report. Did you know, in recent years, the number of New Zealanders dying from melanoma has been as high as the road toll?
If you've ever been on a sunbed or been badly sunburnt, what are the chances you could have melanoma? Remove the doubt. Get a mole map.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books, with the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Loss of collagen is the reason for those fine lines and wrinkles. Silberhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Joints, tendons, ligaments and cartilage all benefit from healthy collagen levels, the very foundation of structural health. Support collagen levels naturally with Collagen Plus by Silberhorn. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call now 0800 502 402.
For over 35 years, Roslyn Mowers and Heating have been selling and servicing outdoor power equipment and are well established in home heating, installing wood fires. Call in and meet the friendly team. Roslyn Mowers and Heating, 150 Kaikorai Valley Road.
Arrow International knows what the essential ingredient is for accomplishing great projects, working with great people. 30 years on and 3,000 projects later, with 10 offices and 400 staff nationwide, a company who values partnerships with their clients and carries a strong reputation for passion, integrity and the love of a challenge, excelling in the construction industry and helping to create, with our partners, more iconic New Zealand buildings.
Saturday night is now 3 hours of Hollywood movies. Tune in for the hijinks of Laurel and Hardy or the smooth moves of Fred Astaire.
Yes, Brindale. They've become very good friends.
Saturday nights, 7 till 10.
Welcome back. The Drive South Rally of Otago wrapped up in Dunedin on Sunday after more than 100 cars tore up a series of stages around Otago. Dunedin's Emma Gilmore was disappointed to have crashed out of the event, but owned a driving error and is looking forward to the next event.
Getting seriously sideways.
But Dunedin's Emma Gilmore took it a little far and is now looking forward to getting back behind the wheel at the Whangarei Rally. She's philosophical about the accident that snapped this steering arm of her Suzuki. Competing in the Waipori stage, Gilmore admits she may have been pushing a little hard.
So in Waipori we it was a bit of a pace note error really. I came into a corner faster than I should have and wasn't able to scrub off the speed I needed to get around the next corner. So sort of took the lesser of two evils and ran it along the bank trying to scrub some speed. But we caught a rock wall and it damaged the front right wheel, so it caught us and spun us. Testament to the Wii Suzuki strength is that we're still able to drive out with just a flat tyre, but got back to service and the damage to the steering, and that was terminal, so it broken the steering rack and also actually the front subframe. So so it was a big hit.
The action throughout the weekend was fast across the stages, particularly with some of the drivers in the classic field really enjoying the rear-wheel drive vehicles and getting seriously sideways, spraying the crowd. Even though the collision Gilmore had was, as she says, a big hit, neither she nor her co-driver were injured.
The cars that we're competing in the strength and all the safety gear that we're wearing, you're very secure in the car. You don't move a lot. So it was definitely a solid stop when we hit the wall. And but like you say, you're not the worse for wear for it. So the cars are very strong.
Many aspects of the car are monitored, from brake wear to speed to gravitational force. Looking over the data from the impact with Lane Heenan, they ascertained the car hit a rock on the bank going around 110 kilometres an hour, with a G or gravitational force of 2 Gs lateral and 1.9 Gs longitudinal. However, Gilmore is keen to focus on the season ahead.
To have a really good one once we've got Otago out of the way, because it's still another 5 events in our championship. We really want to win the championship this year, but we've definitely got a tougher road ahead of us now with no points scored this weekend. So all we can do is put our best foot forward, and we know the car's good. We know we've got the ability to win. It's just putting it all together.
Rally Otago is the first on the New Zealand rally calendar, and the event in Whangarei is in 3 weeks' time. Until then, Emma Gilmore returns to her other team in the vehicle dealership bearing her family name. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
A purebred Huntaway has made a name for herself as a tour guide for tourists. The dog lives at the Ancient Britain Hotel in the historic town of Naseby.
Jess, the tour guide dog, has been living with her owners in the Naseby Hotel since they bought it 3.5 years ago. She does her rounds every morning at 8, greeting people around the town.
She'll wander around. It takes about 2 hours to get from here to here, which, if you think about it, it's only about 900 metres, but it still takes her 2 hours by the time she sees everyone that she wants to see and has a good chat to everyone, and pinches a wee bit of food off the odd person. She's quite happy.
Then she takes visitors on tours around the local forest tracks.
And she'll chase the odd rabbit, but she's always very good and she'll come back with the people. And then she likes to come back and have a wee snooze on the road perhaps if it's a nice warm day, or just relax in the beer garden.
Jess got her skills from the previous dogs Josephine and Cameo, who have since died. She is now the star of the show, with the exception of the hotel's cat, Princess Britain, who sometimes steals the show when she's in the mood. Siobhan Watson, The South Today.
Very cute. After the break, The South Today takes a closer look into the financial juggles and struggles of life as an Otago uni student. And Queenstown turns on the weather for a celebration of aviation on the weekend.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Ecrotech Limited have been supplying beekeeping equipment and honey products in New Zealand for over 100 years. A specialist manufacturer of hiveware and plastic products for the beekeeping industry. They are the leading supplier of beekeeping equipment nationwide. For all your beekeeping needs, visit ecrotech.co.nz or call 0800 11 7766.
Travelling this weekend? Think slow.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Get finance and get on the road. Talk to MTF today.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
The University of Otago, an institute of world-class education and the social epicentre of the city, with outfits needed for more formal functions like the ball and for less formal functions like
the zoo? Are you sure?
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, Dad, you'll definitely see me. I'm the one in the yellow and blue face paint and the onesie in the zoo.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order Emu oil today.
We're a 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garrador.
Welcome back. Last week, the South Today looked at the number of students in Dunedin struggling to make ends meet from one day to the next due to rising rent costs and static student allowances. Today, reporter Roselle LeBone takes another look into the everyday lives of University of Otago students. She caught up with a group in Dunedin's infamous Student Quarter.
Studying at the renowned University of Otago while living in a university quarter famous the world over, these students might be seen as some of the lucky ones. But spend a moment talking to them about their lives and they will tell a very different tale.
Pretty bad. I mean, it's not even winter yet and we're all wanting to wear long pants and yeah, you can see your breath and blankets.
The rent that you pay for where you, I know you don't live here, but the rent, do you think it's fair?
Oh, it's definitely gone up and up each year, and the houses aren't getting any better, which is definitely unfair.
That transition into the workforce, where you might have those internships or clerkships, things like that, where you're not getting paid over summer, yeah, it's kind of restrictive on that.
Last week, the South Today covered the release of a report by the New Zealand Union of Students Association decrying the low-paying student allowances and parental earning threshold that has been static since 2011.
Because your parents earn over the threshold, you can't get the extra money. So again, it is assuming that your parents are going to pay you, but they just don't. But if you're on an allowance, you can get 215. If you're just on the loan, you can get 176. But why can't I get the $40 just because my parents earn over the threshold?
I worked 3 jobs over summer. One of those was 12-hour shifts. The other one was 5-day weeks. And then
just other jobs just to fill in the gaps.
I had pretty mild asthma before I came down here. Now it's pretty bad. It's not horrible, it's pretty bad.
Like, I was glandular fever, I was in hospital and stuff, and that just all started off with a cough, and then living in a flat, and it just got worse and worse.
Misconceptions also extend to the view that all students are eligible for full entitlements. That's not the case with these students, leaving them, they say, barely able to afford to eat. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
The weather was perfect for flying around Queenstown in a vintage 1943 Domini at the weekend. The flights were part of an Aviation Pioneers reunion to celebrate 70 years of aviation airline history. Mina Amso took to the skies.
Aviation pioneers, friends and family gathered to celebrate New Zealand airline history they were part of once upon a time. Many of the pilots and engineers in their 70s now remembered the golden days when Queenstown Airport looked rather different.
I think it's important for Queenstown people to understand the aviation history of this area. It was the pioneer airlines like Southern Scenic in 1947 that very sacrificially started work to establish aviation, regular air services, top dressing, tourism flights to Queenstown, and contributed to what Queenstown is today.
Members from all around New Zealand, Australia and the United States took to Milford Air Hangar on Friday night to share their stories, including John Von Tanselman from Tiano.
It's lovely old airplanes, and you had a great camaraderie with the pilots, because the pilots were pretty special guys. They wanted to come home and so did you, but you flew in some pretty interesting conditions at times.
And Cantabrian David McDonald also flew a Domini in the 60s.
Yeah, very nice plane. It only had one seat up the front, and so the person that taught me on it had to sit in the passenger seat and lean over and say, do this, do that, do the next thing. And it was great. I really enjoyed it.
So much said about this beautiful Domini plane. I think it's my turn now to try and got on board. See you up in the air. Mina Amso, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. Fire crews encountered heavy smoke in top stories of the Greg's Coffee building, which was due to problems with the roasting equipment. The 2017 New Zealand Certified Builders Apprentice Challenge was held on Saturday, and a fundraising event for Western Play Centre also took place this weekend at Oamaru Racecourse. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Phil.
Yes, hi Holly. A travel page tomorrow in the Bahamas to an Atlantis resort, meeting dolphins and all sorts. It sounds fabulous.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
I hate to think how much it costs, but never mind. The opinion page, there's Colin James and Roy Corbett, but there's also a story about emojis. You know, emojis are those funny little pictures which describe emotions, and there's a whole language now of emojis, so it discusses that and whether they're a good idea and whether they help or whatever. Stuff on the fire at Greg's, of course, and continuing the variety stories about John Clark and his death. Now, Dave Cannon on the Wash on page 2, he's asking readers for memories of Dave Clark. He of John Clark. He notes that John Clark used to go to the Twisels in Balclutha. He just certainly wasn't a big city person. The people in the country loved him. And Dave himself, in Invercargill one day, just randomly in a pub, ended up playing pool with him. So there you go.
There we go, yeah.
There is a bad crash at Closeburn Station near Queenstown at the moment that we're getting material on for tomorrow's paper. And and all sorts of variety in tomorrow's paper.
Fantastic. Thanks very much. And time now for a look at tomorrow's weather.
This weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Manuka honey.
Looking at the situation, a weakening front will decay near the south coast tomorrow, but a more active low pressure system is moving across the Tasman Sea and will bring northeasterly airflow into southern districts for a few days. To the southern outlook, variable winds, showers later in the day, and looking at a high of 15 in Balclutha, Catlins and Lumsden. Some showers for Gore, also light sou'easters and 14. To the central outlook, light northerlies, cloud increasing and 17 for Alex, Queenstown and Wanaka. Te Anau, light sou'easters, showers and 14 degrees. To the northern outlook now, Oamaru, light nor'easters, cloud increasing, 18 degrees there. Same for Timaru with a slightly warmer high of 19 degrees. Omarama and Twizel, light northerlies, cloud increasing and 17 for you. Here in Dunedin, it'll be mostly fine with a bit of cloud cover tonight, a low of 8 and a few drizzle patches possible tomorrow early morning, but most of the day will be fine with sunny periods and high cloud and some light easterly winds, mild temperatures with a high of 18. Rain developing later tomorrow night, and a bit cloudy on Wednesday with periods of rain and moderate easterlies, and a cool day with just 13 degrees as the high. Invercargill, cloud increasing tonight and dropping down to 9 degrees. Cloudy tomorrow with a few showers at times, light sou'easters developing and 14 degrees. A high of 15 for Wednesday, and you can expect an otherwise mostly fine and sunny day to be out and about. And that's it from the team here at the South Today. Do join us again tomorrow. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.